All right, so I'm here checking out these two basses. I bought the Carlo Robelli last night, and let's get that out the way. Go ahead and get out the way. You don't need to see me. I bought the Carlos Robelli last night, and y'all know if y'all looked at my video just here, I did a video on it. But this is the Kayla bass. Now these are more popular because they feel a little bit heavier. They had the hip shot tuners and stuff like that, so they feel a little bit heavier. The difference is between this is you have a tuner, a volume, you have treble, middle, and bass. So that's what you have. But I was looking at one privately, and all they had was tone. I'm like, well, what's the difference between that one and this is mahogany right here, whereas opposed to the Carlos Robella is not mahogany. I'm not even sure what the wood is in the Carlos Robella. So this will be here. So that's what you're hearing out of this, which is kind of, and this turned all the way up. The volume on this is turned all the way up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the volume just a little bit so we can really hear what it sounds like out of this. It's coming out of an orange amp. Like an orange, it's not tube or anything. It was like a 2-channel amp. So that's what we're playing out of right here, a little small orange 2-channel amp. Now they were saying like these basses that sound more like an acoustic bass than a fretless because the big giant strings, you know what I mean? So you don't even really hear the frets going along. I mean, you can kind of hear it. If you know what it's supposed to sound like, you can hear it. But if you don't know what it's supposed to sound like, you really don't hear it. So let's say when you're playing upright. Right? So that's what you're getting out of that, right? You see how this cat walking with drumsticks. His dad tell him how to walk like that because he walked like a freaking, like a chump. Anyway, all right, so now we're back to the Carlos Robella, which is the one I bought. Now that bass right there is $3.99. This bass right here I bought for $150 last night. I'm gonna put it right in the middle. This has 3-band EQ. Bass, middle, and treble. It's a Fishman EQ. It also has a tuner. So let's see. Now that's pretty loud, right? So let's just play it. Let's play that. I'm gonna turn it down. Now I don't know whether the strings are sounding that bad or what. So let's turn the treble and the mid-range down. It sounds horrible. I'm gonna turn the volume down. So about where that was. That's with all the treble down. I'm gonna turn the bass up and turn the volume down. right? Put the collar back in. Mahogany, bam, bam, bam. I'm gonna turn the treble all the way up. My point is, if you turn the treble all the way down on this, right? Where's bass treble in the middle, right? And if you turn all the middle down, and you can feel the difference in the material. The neck is heavier than the cause Robelli. And like I said, you can see the difference. This is mahogany. It's called EM, so it's mahogany, right? Now if you look at this, I'm not sure if this is mahogany or not. It's like this is lighter, the neck is lighter. And again, let's plug it in. Same settings, nothing but the bass up. Sounds sloppy. And that's why I had to come back up here, because when I did the video last night, I'm like, yo, I was trying to feel what this is doing, but I really wasn't. It sounds, that's the bass on this. All right, well, I'm gonna put it right in the middle again. Middle bass. Now the one I'm trying to buy privately, honestly, doesn't have the middle, bass, middle, and treble. They both are, got me? Take that out. Same thing. I'll put all these in the middle. Everything in the middle, right? Middle, middle, middle. Now hear what the sound is. It's much smoother. Now I'm not sure whether it's the strings. I think they both use the polypropylene strings, right? So I can't say whether it's the strings. All I know is, I'm not sure whether it's mahogany or not. All I know is the uBass will cost you $400. The cost of Bella uBass will cost you $150. So I bought it just to play around with it last night, to do a video like I did last night with y'all guys. And I was like, well, nah. And then you can tell even the tuners, I mean, the tunes look about the same. Like calls Robelli, like they always try to copy what somebody else is doing. But the difference is, somebody's selling this bass privately for $280. Right here, this bass is selling for $400, right? But the difference is also, this bass has a 3-band EQ. The private bass only has treble. See how smooth that sounded? Now I'm not sure if it's the strings. If you take the strings off this bad boy right here and put them on the Carlos Robelli, I don't know. All I know is, holla at your boy, this joint don't sound the same. The collar sounds better, but is it truly worth? The decision is it truly worth? If you was here in Sam Ash, is it truly worth $250 difference? $150, which is on sale, $400, no sale. Is it really worth that much money to buy the collar, right? Well, on resale value, because y'all know how I work on resale, what deal I can get on the retail, and then make sure I'm not losing a lot of money if I want to get rid of it later. That's where I don't lose money, right? So if I can't talk my man and like, yo, man, you need to put a sale on this joint, I'll buy it for 3 pieces. That will buy for 3, but there's no sale. So it's $400. This is on sale because it's their brand. It's called Robelli. But listen. Now last night in the studio it sounded pretty good because I was playing out of a QSC. But it don't matter whether it's QSC or not. Because that means if I take that home tonight, it's gonna sound even better out than QSC, right? Because y'all know I don't have a bass amp, I sold that. But the QSC, it sounded good, plus we was doing video. All I'm saying is, this joint gonna stay here, I'm bringing it back, get my loop back, and I might buy the private one, or I'm looking at a Spectre bass. I'm looking at a Spectre 4LX. My man need password support. He really needs some support for me return this doggone whack behind uke bass. So anyway, the collar is nice, and somebody want to sell me their collar for $280. They won't come down to $250. They just stuck on $280. I can use that $280 or $250 to do something else with. Really? Now I just bought a Zeta bass, right? And I'm ready to take that to Guitar Center and play it and show everybody my Zeta bass. But this joint right here, man. Now we're gonna leave this joint right here, dog. This joint is whack. Even if I use this in the studio and pop it to some compressors and whatever, it's still gonna sound whack. So we're gonna go ahead and send this back, get my $160 back, and call it a freaking night, and go to Guitar Center and play my Zeta bass, and have everybody looking at me like, yo, is that a Zeta bass? Yeah, because that's what I do. Y'all know I buy stuff that's different. And we go Zeta bass on the night at Guitar Center in Curry. And I think about this bass right here. I mean, 280 is not bad, man, but the bass they have only has tone. It doesn't even have bass, volume, and treble, which I'm kind of thinking they got either older model or they got a newer model or whatever. So I gotta get off the phone with y'all. I'm gonna take a picture of this uBass, send it to them and say, why don't your bass have this? And if you don't, I'm not buying it. Even though for 280 it's still worth buying, because it's a collar bass. I mean, there's major bass players playing with this, man. Playing with the collar basses. I mean, they got the USA collar basses, but this right here is a Chinese collar bass, and I don't waste money, because y'all know that's how I got what I got, because I don't waste money. Holla at your boy. Roger Real Deep Cool. Holla at you. YouTube, Collar, Carlos Robelli. If you just starting, Carlos Robelli will be fine for you. If you are like a freaking bougie dude, then you better get a collar. Or you might want to buy a Gold Tone. Gold Tone makes some nice basses too. They got longer scale basses. They cost a little bit more than the collars. But if you're not buying a USA collar, you might be better off buying a Gold Tone. I got a deal on the Gold Tone for $325 from this guy, but he's going out of town, so it's going to be time to think about it. But this bass right here, Carlos Robelli, not going to happen. The collar, that's not going to happen here, but it might happen privately. So I'm going to come in here and check it out. So I got to go. My man, get ready to free up my man out there. I'm going to go get my money and be out and go to Plymouth meeting. And I'll turn the camera back on so y'all can see me play my Zeta bass in front of everybody while they're like, oh, I never saw something like that before. Because you don't mess around with Roger Real Deep Cool. Holla at your boy. I'm out. Bars.